What's up, guys? So today, 218 Films, we're going to show you how to do a snorkel kit on my 2004 Honda Foreman Rubicon 500. This is the first video I'm aware of that will be on YouTube. I couldn't find any info, barely, and no videos anywhere. So I was trying to find a kit. I've called several different places. They're all discontinued. Had a really hard time trying to find a kit, and they were also like $350, and I didn't feel like spending that much on it personally, so I made my own. So guys, I used 2-inch PVC pipe, and you're gonna need three 45s, 45 angles of 2-inch. I bought a 10-foot section of 2-inch PVC pipe from a local hardware store for like $12, so pretty cheap. Yeah, and then 345s and 290s, because you'll need a 90 for under the wheel well coming up, and then for the top here. And you're gonna need a lot of gas line, like a lot. And you're gonna need 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch gas line. And I'd buy like 30 feet of each, maybe more. I'd probably do 40 feet of each. It's gonna be like $80 in gas line, $70 in gas line, but it's worth it, and you need it. So first off, I'll start with the Airbox lid. The Airbox lid, you're going to want to dielectric grease that all the way around there. Fill it with dielectric grease. It's better than gasket maker. I've done a lot of research on this, guys, and I could find stuff on the Honda Foreman 450, which is similar to this, but this is a Rubicon, so it's got its differences. But you're going to want to dielectric grease this instead of gasket maker. It's easier to take off and on, and it's dielectric grease. You can wipe it off. You know, gasket maker will leave a mess, and it'll be hanging out all over, you know, after a while. So dielectric grease for the lid. I have an OEM filter in there I just put in there. Looks like it's a little dirty. Got to clean it. But anyways, so first off, this line you don't have to do anything with. If you want, you can put some gasket maker around here, around that input there, the in feed, or the out feed, I mean. But I haven't yet. Never had a problem with it. But that line just goes down to the engine block. You don't need to trace it. I already traced it. I assure you that it goes down to the engine, so there's nothing you have to do with that. And then the one on the bottom should be plugged. I'd check that if I were you. But the line going out the bottom should have a plug on it, so that's good. So basically, like I said, guys, I took 2-inch PVC pipe. I went right into the stock fitting into there, because your stock snorkel is going to come just like this one and end right about here. All right, so coming from here, it'll end right about where that black boot is. I also got a 2-inch coupler there, with the hose clamp on each side, 2-inch to 2-inch, and you can see I put gasket maker around that just to make sure it stays in place. So that's your 2-inch, and then from there it runs, there's that boot I was talking about, comes down to a 45, another 45, a 90, up through the wheel well, and then another 90 for the top. And then you'll have 7 air lines off of it. So we'll start with the carb. You'll have a 1/4 inch off the side of the carb on the left-hand side, and then you have an 1/8 inch off the bottom and an 1/8 inch off the side right here. It's best to get to the bottom, guys, the bottom gas line, by going under the actual ATV, like under the skid plate, and reaching up through the back swing arm. That's the easiest spot to get at. I tried from here with all this removed. It's very hard without removing the carb or the airbox. I didn't do either of those. I want to make it as simple and quick as possible. So I went right under the machine, pulled it out, put the new air line on. So that's a 2/8 inch and a 1/4 inch for the carb. Your gas tank breather hose, I ran up through the handlebars, down under the steering stem, out the front, dipped down with all the other ones, zip tied it to them, and then came up the snorkel. So that's 4. Your rear diff, right there, that's 5. Your rear diff, or your front diff right there, that's 6. And then your last but not least is going to be your fan. That's a 1/4 inch. And by the way, the diffs are both 1/8 inch. And the fan is another 1/4 inch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it from this angle. Well, trying to find it, guys. Sorry. All right, so there it is, right off the back of the fan there. 1/4 inch line. That's your 7th. And just run those up beside your snorkel. I have an extension for mine. This is a foot tall right now off the rack. I have a, goes all up to 6 feet, and I have extensions for these gas lines. You plug in and plug the other one in. It's just an extension. But yeah, guys, in a nutshell, that is the snorkel kit. And then with all these, I put PVC cement in all these fittings, and then put dielectric grease on the outside, just to, you know, keep it all in there. And then down here, I put gasket maker, and then I dielectric greased around that too. And then I dielectric greased my terminals, electric grease for the front winch terminals. I did this plug. I did this spark plug. I basically did everything that I could find electrical wise. I've had this thing up to here before without the snorkel kit, so damn near swamped it a couple times, and everything was fine. So I know all my electronics and stuff are watertight. It's also a good idea to do the fuse box. I haven't done that yet, but I'm definitely going to. But, you know, guys, just dielectric grease whatever you can find. And like I said, make sure you do the lid. Have a nice clean air filter always. And I've read it's not a bad idea to put an air filter on here, but you don't need it if you have an air filter in your airbox. If you're running one without, if you're running no filter in your airbox, you're definitely going to want to put an air filter on the outside of your snorkel. And I was going to use that uni over there for mine, but I don't need it. So, and that's a little overkill having two. I don't really need that. So, yeah, guys, in a nutshell, that is a snorkel kit for a 2004 Honda Foreman Rubicon 500. I believe that'll work from 2001 to 05. 2001 to 2005, I believe. They're all the same. Don't quote me on that, though. Mine might be the last year of this style, the 04. Not 100% sure on that, but stay tuned, guys, for more helpful videos, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys, moment of truth here. Hopefully she freaking starts. Shouldn't need choke. Oh yeah, I feel the air coming out. Nice.